Hi everyone. In this lecture, I'm going to briefly discuss about limit test for heavy metals. Heavy metals are considered as high atomic weight compounds, which are toxic to our body if we consume them in larger quantities. According to World Health Organization and Food and Drug Administration and pharmacopoeias, we should have some limit when consuming those heavy metals because whatever taken inside our body has to be eliminated in some way. It should not stay in our body for a longer duration of time. But when we intake this heavy metals, it is very difficult to eliminate them, and it may also cause damage to our brain, kidneys, and some other organs. So that is why they are considered as heavy metal impurities, and these heavy metal impurities can be formed from impurities such as iron, lead, arsenic, chromium, nickel, and mercury. Even though we need minerals for our balanced diet, it has to be consumed only in lower quantities, because in minerals we can clearly see there are some trace elements also, which means we can consume them only in smaller quantities. It is required by our body, but it doesn't mean we have to consume them for a prolonged period of time, or it doesn't need to be taken daily. So, and there are some metals also that are harmful to our body. So we should not consume them. And where these heavy metals are coming from, what are the sources of these impurities first of all, they may be present in raw materials, because these eradicating the heavy metals are inevitable. It will be present in smaller quantities, but if it is within the limit, then we can consume them. So the sources of these heavy metals may be raw materials, that is reagents or substances that are required to formulate a product. And they are also maybe from the machineries which we use for making tablets, or some other machineries that are necessary for manufacturing pharmaceutical products. And they are also from reagents and the pipes that supply water to our production areas. From these sources, we can get heavy metal impurities, and in some quantities, they are also present in tap waters. So, the impurities are present everywhere, and it is completely inevitable to eradicate all those impurities. But if it is within the limit, then it is safer for use. So, for identifying the presence of these impurities, we are going to perform limit test for heavy metals. And in advanced cases, we can also perform atomic absorption spectroscopy. With the help of this instrument, we can also identify the heavy metals. So, as for limit test for heavy metals, we have to take two Nessler cylinders, and one Nessler cylinder is to be marked as a test solution, and another is to be marked as a standard solution. In test solution, we are going to add our sample, and in standard solution, we are going to add known amount of standard. And then to the test Nessler cylinder and standard Nessler cylinder, we are going to add acetic acid or ammonia until it reaches the pH between 3 and 4. That is, if the pH is above 4, then we should add acetic acid, and if the pH is below 3, we have to add ammonia. So either way, we have to maintain the pH between 3 to 4. And then we have to add freshly prepared hydrogen sulfide solution of 10 ml into both the Nessler cylinders, and we have to leave them aside for formation of a complex. That is, suppose if it has a lead impurity, it will form lead sulfide complex. And same goes for other heavy metals also. So this lead sulfide that is produced as a complex will give brown color. And we are going to stir the solution evenly, and we are going to observe the color intensity by comparing it with the standard solution. So we all know that in limit test for heavy metals, we will be comparing our test solution with the standard solution. And when compared to the standard solution, if it has more color intensity, then it fails the limit test for heavy metal. And if it is having less color intensity, then definitely it passes the limit test for heavy metals. So likewise, we can identify the impurities, that is heavy metal impurities present in our pharmaceutical products. Thank you.